What it do, YouTube? Is Coffee. Tap it back in, and man, ain't this some bullish right here. If Trump's hands weren't tied, you best believe this would be deaded with the quickness if this does even go there, but he can't. Unfortunately, for certain parties involved, he can't intervene.
A stunning turn in the YSL RICO case. Just hours ago, DA Willis filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation.
Willis says the artist, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, posted a tweet on X yesterday that put the life of a DA investigator and others in danger. This is a screenshot of that tweet from tonight's court filing. In it, Williams wrote, quote, "biggest liar in the DA office," along with a picture of the investigator in question. Willis says the investigator and her family have received threats on social media in the wake of that tweet.
The court filing includes another social media post with the address where the investigator's mother lives. Another screenshot captured a tweet last night that included a threat against DA Willis's life. The motion says, quote, "the integrity of this court and the safety of those involved in this prosecution are at stake."
Last October, the rapper was released from jail on a 15-year probation after pleading guilty to some of the charges in the YSL RICO trial. We'll continue to update you on this breaking story on air and online at 5.
So what a joke, I think. Let me know what y'all think about it all, man. Can they really hold Thugger accountable for this? And Fani Willis is personally turned up about this, man. As you know, she became known as corrupt laughing stock of the court. You guys remember all those press conferences she was doing, calling out YSL for this Georgia state RICO that set records for the state of Georgia. It's like the longest, most intricate trial ever, and it was ran like an absolute joke. The court wasn't built to handle this case. It took 3 fucking judges to get anywhere, and the third judge that ended up being the one that saw the case through its duration is the same judge now, Whitaker, who this motion has been filed with. And you know, Young Thug's got to be kicking himself in the arse, right? Because Stillwell and Gotti, the other 2 individuals that were like, yo, we're going to trial with this thing, they saw it through to the jury, not guilty. They beat it all. There was only one conviction, and it was either Gotti or Stillwell. When they were picked up on the state RICO indictment, they had a GUN on them, so they caught that case, but it wasn't associated with the indictment, and they got time served for it. So Young Thug, I think, had he went through, he would have got a not guilty verdict as well, personally, but he ended up taking the plea. Brian Steele, his attorney, just said, I wanted to get my client home. I still think Thugger fucked up with that. And now at this situation, this crossroads, this update where we're at with Fani Willis trying to flex, trying to swoop back in at the last minute and make something happen. You know Thugger's got to be sick, right? Because at first when we saw these 15 years probation, it's like, damn, man, he's got to stay out of Metro Atlanta, not associate with majority of the individuals except for a couple, like his brother, Gunna, you know what I mean? And that was it. I think just his brother and Gunna were the only ones he could for business reasons. He did let the world know Gunna was a rat, though, on social media, that he wasn't rocking with him, you know, but he still has business ties to him. But he had to do these anti-gang things, pay all this money. Like, the probation really looked like he could be getting set up, you know, because the legal analysts were looking at this like, oh man, they could violate Thugger on anything and it could be all bad for him. But at the end of the day, things started going smoothly for him and it looked like everything was going to be all right. And then here we are now, where this Marissa Viverito, or however the fuck you say her name, this gang specialist or whatever, who, if you didn't see with all the stuff going on with Lil Baby, she was the one testifying in court.
I heard a rumor they're going to put a RICO on Lil Baby, and then I saw this video and I went, oh, please tell me there's more.
Oh, what's up? It's like, come on, bro, you know what's gonna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? Ain't even like that, man. Got tickets on a lot of these dummy judge that wanted to have people on. Correct. All right, moving on.
Okay, what you just heard on that video was a prosecutor questioning an investigator about how the investigator on a wiretap heard two people, none of them little baby, talk about how them people, presumably little baby, has a ticket on them other people's heads. We don't know who them other people are. So I really hope there's more. There's got to be like copious amounts more before you charge somebody with a RICO, because we know what happened the last time prosecutors in Atlanta thought it was a good idea to bring a RICO. The last two times.
So this was a big case, right? Just a month or so ago, we saw the authorities putting two youths' deaths, right? Innocent bystanders who were killed in shooting on Lil Baby. They were like, yo, that was your fault for shooting this video where you did. And the Atlanta PD was calling them out. And there was word that people were putting tickets on individuals' heads and all that. And it hit everywhere, like, yo, RICO watch, as we just saw Big U and the Rolling 60s, that whole indictment. Lil Durk not that long ago, the YSL case just come to a close, but here in a sense it's kind of back open now. We're hearing like just 2 days ago, yo, Lil Baby could be catching a RICO. And you seen Lawyer for Workers was like, yo, this ain't it, this ain't enough. Like, what? That can't be it. They have an unidentified individual on a wiretap saying he's got tickets on cats' heads. This can't be what it is. There's got to be more. And to this point, we haven't seen any RICO come with Lil Baby. Let me know what y'all think about that, if you think that it will come or not. But Young Thug on social media is retweeting stuff, reposting it, however you want to reference it, about her being the biggest liar in the DA's office. And like I was saying about Trump, you see all the different stuff about her hiring her lover to prosecute Trump, and Trump called her out, called her corrupt, everything else. Like, he went all the way in on her. And we know Trump pardoned Harry O, Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, you know, a lot of individuals out of the hip hop world. And if his hands weren't tied, in the sense that this isn't a Fed case, this is a state RICO. So only governor can give a pardon in that instance. If you guys recall, back when Trump gave all those pardons before he stepped down, Boosie was like, yo, what about C Murder? C Murder is a state case. Trump, the president, can only intervene in federal prosecution. So, you know, if it was a Fed case, I'm sure Trump would get active with the quickness and be like, okay, let him violate Thugger. He's going to come right home, but it's a state case, so we can't. Y'all seen Trump pardon a bunch of individuals too with the whole storm the Capitol thing and all that as well. Trump ain't shy at all to hit the pardon. Not one bit. But I don't know, what's crazy about all this to me is, okay, Thugger retweeted that she's the biggest liar, right? He can't criticize her. All that other stuff about direct threats, people's addresses, my Duke's address, pull up at the crib. Young Thug didn't tweet that. That was other individuals, but I guess they're saying that he retweeting things got the pot stirred a bit, or what's the language they use? I guess they're saying he amplified it, because his repost, I think, got like 2 million views or whatever. And I guess the fact that this gang expert, or whatever her title is, Marissa Viverito, her face was supposed to be blurred out to begin with, and a blogger defied that. And I guess that's the way that they can get Thugger, is that he retweeted it with her face shown. So from a legal aspect, I guess that's the only way they can really get at Thugger. But it seems like they're just trying to, you know, put all of this on him. As you see, it got crazy. Someone actually flat out said, I will personally make sure Fani Willis is hit. You know what I mean? Like, Sass, INATEDATED. You know what I mean? Shit got crazy, and they're holding that against Thugger. Too bad Thugger didn't say, hey, April Fools, right? Can't he use the April Fools defense? I guess not, man. But it's really wild. And you see, no one, like, this thing got legs quick. Like, and again, you know, here's Miss Marissa Viverito involved in the little baby case. But Doug just called her the biggest liar in the DA office. Is he not allowed to put his opinion out there and criticize, or what? Or are they going to say, oh, because that involves gang expert, you shouldn't? I mean, in all reality, if I personally was Thugger, I wouldn't have did it. I would think that this would be asking for problems personally, you know what I mean? But I guess he could have just blurred her face out if he really wanted to do it. But people started tripping. Like, listen to some of these. Marissa Viverito, Velveeta Viverito, they're calling her a cheesy hoe. You are a hoe, a no good, dirty hoe. The worst kind of hoe. A milli stealing hoe. I only want smoke because I'm 12 type of hoe. And why your left eye really not eyeing? YSL trial. Someone else said, the state of Georgia is pushing to have Young Thug's probation revoked, and it's all over a tweet, according to official documents. And you see him, man. Well, I want to see, people are going in on her. What does someone else say? Marissa Viverito is a female Michael Proctor, but 100 times worse. Proctor was a pig and a buffoon. Marissa is a skank-ass trick who lied and stole, parentheses, allegedly, property of an accused, $1 million watch. She was called out for the liar she is, and now they want to revoke probation. And this shit is crazy. Last time I checked, officers took an oath not to be offended by words. Am I wrong? I hope Trump dismantles Fani Willis' office and throws her under the prison. Don't come for me. It is what it is. Who else is going to stop her and hold her accountable? And that's an interesting point with what we saw Trump and Elon doing, deading off a lot of federal jobs. Her job, I don't think, is a federal one, but could they dismantle her office? Is that upon the individuals in Georgia or what? Like, because pardon-wise, there's nothing Trump can do. But you see, this thing got out of hand quick. And you see the pictures of her. So lead detective Marissa Viverito is another arrogant person. This is old. A lot of these are old. Some of them are new. This is a pic of her with the infamous snitch. He became the most famous snitch. Like 6ix9ine used to be YSL Woody, moved up to #1 in the snitch rankings. As you know, there was that infamous footage of him just telling it all about Young Thug. But you see her talking to him saying, you ain't got no money in your pocket, but this dude caught your phone until you jump. I don't even know what the fuck that means. But this is crazy. Fani Willis trying to have the last laugh. Thugger should have tried for the April Fools, right? What if he would have just came back the next day and reposted it again with a caption, April Fools. That was an April Fools joke, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, it's a weak violation, and I think it's just Fani trying to save face, right? Like this whole Fulton County is corrupt as hell. So much corruption in the YSL case and other cases with Fani Willis. People are talking about her lover to prosecute Trump. Trump called her out for that. There was some other ish with the second judge in the YSL case that didn't even take the bench because they had a bailiff who was, I think, a female, right? Who was bringing contraband to someone on the YSL case in the jail. Like, there was just so much corruption going on, and it was such a joke. And at the end of the day, here Fani is trying to get something out of a big nothing burger. Like, that's what that case ended up becoming. It was a joke the whole time. It should have been a mistrial 1,000,000 times over. Thugger gets the probation, Stillwell and Gotti walk, and now here she is trying to seize the opportunity and redeem herself. But I don't know. We'll have to see what like someone says right here. Oh no, this is an old post actually. Fani Willis is doing damage control on improperly hiring her boyfriend to prosecute Trump. Quote, "You cannot expect black women to be perfect and save the world. We need to be allowed to stumble. We need grace. We are all sinners." That was a interesting tweet there. Well, here's Plies from back in 2024. "Dear Fani Willis, I fuck with you against Trump, not Doug, but we can't keep putting ourselves in situations that allows them to cast us in the light they've always wanted. We know the playing field isn't even, so we have to move according." So we'll have to wait and see the ruling, but this is just pretty wild, man. Doug should have known better. What will be the outcome? Trump's hands are tied. Hit the comments. Let's discuss it all, man. Here we are again, where a tweet, a social media post playing a major factor. What will happen? Stay tuned. Subscribe. Fani ain't trying to be L'd all the way out. And again, too, that little baby situation. What do y'all think about that one as well? Let's talk. Subscribe is coffee. And I'm gone, y'all. Peace.